ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Hi, you beautiful people. Welcome to another Thursday. Welcome to the Roundtable number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby, say you love me 5, 6, 7 times. Remember when I sat next to Gloria Estefan at a Broadway show? And I couldn't stop watching Gloria Estefan instead of the Broadway show? Yeah. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful you're here. Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. It's another Thursday, which means we get to spend it together. And I know you can be anywhere. You can be watching TV. You can be watching political ads. You can be scrolling the TikTok. But you chose to spend some time with me, and I'm so grateful that you're here and spending some time. We have Tony legend Lillias White joining us. She won for the life. She's the voice in Hercules, Zero to Hero. That's her voice. She is been in everything from Dreamgirls, where she replaced Jennifer Holliday, to Hadestown, and she's going back to Hadestown. So she's here with great queer singer John Duff, who's got chart-topping hits on the LGBT charts, and he did a duet with her called Hoe Is Life. And you better get your life because this interview is ridiculous. Plus, the star of Water for Elephants, and she also starred in the Prom on Broadway, the beautiful Isabelle McCalla. When you watch it, I literally say to her, "You have the most beautiful hair in the world." So I can't wait for you to join us and see us here. Happy Thursday, everyone. There's the man's hey, husband, who's around the corner. Patricia Gibson, look at your picture there, looking gorgeous. Hey, friends, I'm happy to see you. Thanks for being here. Have you ever seen Lillias White, Patricia, or worked with Lillias White? Because, you know, Patricia is a Broadway baby, Hairspray tour, doing it all. She's my people. I'm excited you're here. Are you ready for the hot take? Is anyone here? Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
It's smoking.
So my hot take, Patricia has not worked with her yet. I'm adding a yet, but looking forward to tonight. Yes, it's a mess. It's a good, messy show. So the question I have for you all today is, and I'd like an answer from everyone, do you open your door to trick-or-treaters, and what candy do you give? So do you open your door to the trick-or-treating kids out here in the world? And what do you give them? Like, are you someone, do you remember as kids, there was like the lady who would give 5 pennies? Why? Or do you give like what kind of size bar? Do you give peanuts? Do you not give peanuts? Are you a jelly kind of thing, like a Sour Patch Kids? Or are you like a Hershey bar? Do you give candy to the babies out here? I want to know, because we talked about it. Darius asked me, and I think we have to say yes. But if no one comes and rings our doorbell, then we eat all the candy. And that is not going to help my wedding waistline. Hi, Christine. Hi, Roundtablers and all new viewers. A second Roundtable this week. I know I'm 2 Roundtabled out. I know there's so many Roundtables. I have so many interviews, and I'm so grateful for them. Hi, A. We were just talking about A, and I'll tell you about her during our shameless plug. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm happy that Adrian's family in Florida made it through the hurricane. Let's do our weekend review so we could get to step in. Answer the hot take question, or I'm kicking you out. So firstly, I want to say my love and prayers. Obviously, it feels weird. I talked to Darius yesterday about doing a show where we talked to Lillias White about a song called Hoe Is Life when people are literally in a hurricane in Florida. It doesn't seem right, but I know this show for some people is a respite and some fun and some laughter. And I hope that the show is something that makes people smile with the world being crazy. So my intentions are obviously to laugh and have a good time. And I want to send our love and our prayers out to everybody in Florida that's surviving Hurricane Milton, as it's now over, but as they assess the damage, and over 10 people's lives are lost, but it could have been so much worse. So shout out to the first responders and to the government out there who diligently worked to try to evacuate, and all the residents who made the best decisions for them and made it through. So we send our love and prayers to them. It's also World Mental Health Day, October 10th. So I wanted to say to everybody out here who's struggling with any thoughts of being inferior, not good enough, anxiety, OCD, or depression, or just needing a moment, This day is a day to remember that it's okay to not be okay. There's a lot of people like me who have gone through it and go through it every single day. And getting help and telling somebody and making that first step, that first appointment, even if you don't have insurance or the money, there's resources available to you. Just a Google search, and I promise you it gets better. The best is yet to come. So shout out to everybody out here in the struggle. I relate. So, so much fun stuff happened this weekend. Last Friday, after the show on Thursday, me and Darius went to the Outback, and it was a little controversial, folks. Do you know? I'm going to sound like I'm running for president because I'm not talking about inflation. I don't care about the prices. But my argument is, why the hell is the blooming onion half the size? What happened to the other half of the onion? This is what I remember as a big old blooming onion. So we ordered the blooming onion, and then this mini onion came out. It was like the Rhode Island of onions. It was the world's smallest onion. And then Darius had a hair in his food, and then they overcooked his meat. Oh, Outback. I love an Outback, though. I do. I love that Alice spring chicken. I'm no spring chicken, and neither is Alice, but she can still make a good chicken, folks. There's people that just came in. If you just got here, I want to know, do you give out candy for Halloween and what kind? And then Saturday, we went to Eastern Market, which I'll tell you about in our Detroit moment. And then on Sunday, Auntie Maureen, who's Darius's auntie, and her husband, I joke and call him Mr. Auntie Maureen, but he's Mr. Orr. It was Mr. Orr's birthday, and they invited us to go bowling. Now, and that's Darius's mommy, and she's never been on the show before, but she is right over my right shoulder. Like, there's me, obviously, and there's Darius, obviously, and then in the gray next to him is Mama Lewis. That she's not been on the show, but there's Deidre, whose pictures been on the show and stuff like that. So we went bowling. Now, I don't bowl often. America. Hi, Aunt Fran. I know Aunt Fran gives candy to kids. She'll give you candy, and it's not Halloween. She'll cook you a lasagna, a tray of chicken cutlets, and an artichoke pie just because you just are swinging by it. So I know she does. So so we went bowling, and Aunt Fran wrote me after I went bowling and said my grandpa Mike was a really good bowler and had lots of trophies. I did not get that gene. And my grandma Ann on my dad's side had a lot of bowling trophies. But see, what's not fair is that Darius Wheeler is like a real bowler. Like, he bowls. Here's receipts so that you all can see what I'm talking about. This is unfair. It is unfair. How's that leg? That's not fine. Okay. I'm going home. And a smug response. And I would have a smug response as well. So he's competitive, and his family's competitive. They talk smack to each other at the bowling alley. Now, you see, this little white man from New Jersey, we're not competitive. We eat. That's what I do in my family. We might bowl and we eat. My going away party with Adrian, we bowled. I don't even remember bowling. I remember eating, but I don't remember bowling. I don't remember my score, but I wasn't going to let it go down like that. So Darius crushed us. So then it was time for the cage match. WrestleMania. The final. I can't keep a straight face. It's too funny for me. And then we both busted out laughing. So I tried to take the second game seriously, and we did go neck and neck. And I did get competitive, and I had to take receipts, that I don't want to say I won, because that's not nice. But you could just read it for yourself. But he did kill us in the other games. But I mean, a 132. I don't know. It was like the Holy Spirit came in over me, and I started to praise hands and spoke in tongues, and the ball just went flying down. It's like a miracle, like the river parting, like the fish and the bread, the loaves, like the water to wine. I was just a bowler, and then the game ended, and then I never could bowl again. It was so much fun. I really had a good time. I'm being stupid, but it was a really, really good time, and I had a lot of fun. So thank you, Auntie Maureen, for inviting us. Thank you, Love Bugs. Thank you, babes, for taking me bowling and having a good time with us. It was so cute. It was such a good time. And I ate, and I can tell you what I ate. I had pizza, mozzarella sticks. I had chicken fingers, French fries. See, I'm about the food. He's yelling because he knows that. No, I'm kidding. We are even. It's so good. Yes. My mom says I'm so funny. Yes, Mom and Aunt Fran, we love you both so much. We sure do. We sure do. We sure do. All right. So that was the week. It was fun. And then this week was a regular week of work and a lot of interviews coming up. So I hope you all had a good week. A good week too. Oh my God, he's going to say something snarky. Here we go. Let's take it to the Shameless plug.
Cause I'm shameless.
So we have always things going on. You know, we're working on a Christmas show, and I promise you that Robbie Roselle is working on making sure that the details are there if we're going to do it and what's going to happen. But I want everybody to know that we have really big shows here. If you're a Halloween Nista and you love Halloween, you know, we do shows every day at the Broadway Podcast Network. The Broadway Podcast Network is your place to see all of entertainment. Now, it's about Broadway podcasts, but, you know, we do everybody. So we do interviews every day there, 44 interviews a month, go up on Broadway World here and the Broadway Podcast Network. So you can like, comment, and subscribe to what you're watching on YouTube, or you can join me on Facebook, or you can go to the Broadway Podcast Network. And that is up every single day. There's the interviews you're going to see tonight are on today and tomorrow. And then also on Broadway World, tomorrow, we have an interview on Broadway World with Jason Robert Brown. You know, Jason Robert Brown wrote The Last 5 Years, and he wrote Bridges of Madison County, and he wrote Parade, and he has 3 Tony Awards, and he's a legend. He's going to Carnegie Hall. So we have an interview with him exclusively tomorrow on Broadway World, and big interviews coming up. Yesterday on Broadway Podcast Network, Larry Bagby, who played Ice in Hocus Pocus, was here. He's doing a horror show in New York City. So we had a conversation with him. Super fun. Super fun. Rob Ubel, who you may not know, but you know his face because he's done a lot of television and movies. And he's the most famous GIF, I think, in the world. This GIF of the glitter, Rob, coming on the Broadway Podcast Network in the coming days. He's a trip. He's so funny. He loved Darius because he's a voice on Bob's Burgers. And I told him Darius has seen it, but I've never seen it. Oh, that's all I had to say. He didn't shut up. He did not shut up about him. It's the cute. I loved it so much. It was so cute. And he says, shh, don't tell him about the. Nope. It's a secret. No, I'm not giving anything away. And then we also have on Broadway World, Helen Shin, who's starring in a Broadway show with Darren Criss. We love Darren Criss here. She's coming on next week on the Broadway World show. And then, yes, Adrian freaked out. Darius's cousin Deidre freaked out. NSYNC superstar JC Chazé will be on the following week to talk about his new album. That's a theater concept album. So JC Chazé and me, 2 weeks. I saw him with NSYNC back in the day at Giant Stadium. You never would have thought he'd be on my show back then. It's freaking cray-cray. So, Adrian, throwing the shade, the real star of NSYNC. Damn! I hear the Justin Timberlake hate. I don't like Justin Timberlake that much either. I think he left Janet Jackson for dead. Janet Jackson for dead on the side of the road. Yep. There you go. The shade. Look, the Cleo's daddy, the feline friend, say JC was the favorite. He has the voice of an angel. I'm going to tell him about Adrian. I'm going to tell him about Deidre. I'm going to tell him about you, Cleo's dad. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm not allowed. There's rules. They asked me what I was going to ask. Like, I can't ask about a reunion. I can't ask about Justin Timberlake. I can't ask about anything. But I can say I'm a fan. I can say that I grew up listening. I can say bye, 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 bye. I can say that. But we're going to be on our best behavior. Yes, yes, yes. So a lot of great shows. Plus, next week, gospel legend Tamela Mann is here. And then the week after that, Andy Karl, star of Rocky, Groundhog's Day, Pretty Woman. He's done so many Broadway shows. 3-time Tony nominee will be here. And Adrian will be here to talk about her red carpet extravaganzas. Adrian has interviewed Ben Stiller. Adrian has interviewed Joey McIntyre. Adrian's going to another event next week. So Adrian will be here to talk about all her red carpets in 2 weeks. And Adrian met E. Jean Carroll, the woman who sued and beat Donald Trump in court. she wouldn't do an interview. Well, Adrian will tell you the story. She wouldn't do an interview without her lawyer. Adrian met her on a red carpet. I didn't even tell you that, Darius. I found that out. I just found it. Fascinating. Darius says Nick Lachey was the best of NSYNC. LOL. He knows that Nick is in 98 Degrees. I found the only man whose favorite boy band is 98 Degrees. And I like the 98 Degrees. Remember when they had that song, Buenas Noches? Ba, 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 ba. He loves their Christmas album. They're good. I like them. God must have spent a little more time on you. Is that them? Or was that NSYNC? They all sound the same. Thank you, Christine. Robert's Roundtable bringing us all the stars, always. Oh my God, the show's long tonight because I have 2 interviews, so I got to hurry up. I'm having too much fun. And we listen to it all year long, eh? Here, we do. Oh, damn. Cleo's feline. It's the same thing. Just close your eyes. It's all the same. They're white guys who are singing. And we let's talk about Detroit. What the heck? Stop, you're going to get me in trouble.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. What up, though?
It is. It's a great Christmas album. It's beautiful. I love their music. I love the one song. I don't remember it, but I'll tell you next week. I want to shine light to Eastern Market. Eastern Market is the eastern side of Detroit that is famous for meat wholesalers, and it's got like butcher shops and fish markets and all this stuff. But I would describe it as almost like a flea market, but it's so beautiful in the fall and all year long, where people come, local fresh produce comes, and they're in sheds. And people set this all. It's so cute. When you come here, people, Mom, when you come visit me, I have to take you. It's the cutest place. And there's food and local produce, and people sell pies, and people bake, and people sell outdoor plants and indoor plants. It is the cutest place ever on the east side of Detroit. And on Darius's spot, I would call it, in Jersey, we would call it a diner. Here it's a Coney, but it's called Zeph's Coney Island Restaurant. And it's outside of there. And then this is the meal. And we don't get these kinds of, a Fago is real Detroit, everybody. And these Coney fries are fries with chili and cheese. But this chicken pita, this is not my picture. This is a Google search of their food. But the chicken pita is our staple. And I just love the Eastern Market. It's so peaceful and calm to me. It's such a cute part of the city. That's my Discover Detroit moment of the day. It's so cute. See, Mom? Start walking. Get on your bicycle, and I'll see you here by New Year's. So shout out to Eastern Market. I can't wait to be there for the holidays because it's going to be the cutest place. There was a woman there selling scarves, and it's cute. I love it. All right, let's talk about my Hey Friend Hey. It's a special birthday that I want to shout out.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
I want to shout out my friend. Oh my God. I thought about food and got excited. I want to shout out my friend Deb Toscano. Deb Toscano and me are in my big gay Italian wedding, which may be coming back in January. Maybe. And they haven't announced it yet, but maybe. And it's her birthday, and I love her so much. She plays Antonianne in the show. And I did her karaoke parties when she couldn't make it. She always looked me out. She always hooks me up. She always makes sure that I'm included when the big gay Italian wedding is a part of it. So shout out to you, Deb Toscano. I love you so much. Thank you for including me in that crazy, crazy family, because they are crazy town. I don't have a favorite thing. I guess my favorite thing should be the French fries. I love French fries. All right. So I asked you earlier in the show, did I miss anything? I think I got it all. Thank you all for the people who watched with the mayor. That interview is up on YouTube. The mayor, Mayor Scott of Baltimore, very powerful. We shouted out Javi. We shouted out my in-laws and my sister Renee. And thank you for the feedback you gave. And their team was very happy with the interview, the Baltimore team and the movies team. So thank you for showing up and showing out that day for a special Tuesday edition of the Roundtable. And I will answer the question now. The question is, since it's spooky season, do you give out candy for Halloween? And if you do, what do you give? So let's go back. Let's go back to the top. Yeah, I got it. I got the hot take. Adrian says I could donate the candy the day after. To who? It's a good idea because the calories. Less calories. Darius loves candy. I told him the other day he's the cheapest date because I could go to the dollar store and buy him a $1 pack of Mike and Ike's, and he's so happy. And he likes like obscure candy, like candy that I haven't seen in a while, like the peanuts and the Boston baked beans. Dollar store. Like he's the easiest person. He's it. So he loves candy. He loves candy, and he could eat it and be this skinny. I look at it and I gain 20 pounds. My mom says yes, fun bags, popcorn bags. If it's left over, I eat the popcorn. Now I know that's the truth, Mama Rose. Come on, Mama Rose. Yes, you pop that popcorn. What's A giving? A is I have pretzels for those who have allergies, and then chocolate, big bars, and nerd clusters. The kids love them. I love nerd clusters. They're like Twizzlers wrapped in nerds. Little Sam loves them, and I eat them with him. They're good. Oh, you got bougie candy, A. That's bougie. The nerd clusters are bougie. Nice. Hot take. Christine says, I used to hand out candy for years at home, then did trunk or treats in the community or fall festivals. Now no one for 10 years goes around in the neighborhood anymore. I know I've lived in neighborhoods in Jersey where there's been no one, and I've lived in Richfield where they closed the street because there's 1,000 kids and people literally have to mortgage their house. So that's sad. I don't want trick-or-treating to go away. So Christine says a true serving size was handed to you. Yes, we said Aunt Fran gives out lots of candy. Latte says nothing but full-size Reese's and Hershey bars. Come on, that's money. You better have all that money, Lattes, making that real estate. Do kids trick-or-treat at apartments? See, that's the thing. I don't know if they trick-or-treat in this neighborhood either. I think they do. And I think the kids in the neighborhood are going to trick. I'd get a little something. She says, it's a cute Latina family with kids. I think I'll do goodie bags for them, but it's more for me. Yes, I live for Halloween. That's it. You got to have your trunk or treat, trick or treat for yourself. I say go for it. I say get them and definitely give the neighbors a little something. I think that's a great idea. So everybody, we were talking about it. So I've made this executive decision without talking to Darius. I have to talk to Darius, but see, Darius says, I went and got full-size candy, but it would always rain. Yeah. And my birthday's on Halloween. Oh, see, he gets the bougie candy too. Well, not this year. And I'm going to explain why. I'm joking, but I'm going to explain why in a minute. It's my birthday. So I always have a love-hate relationship with Halloween because I feel it identifies me and it is a part of me. But I'm also like, we always do the Halloween birthday and everyone's trick-or-treating. And I just want my cupcakes from Costco to be given out in the 4th grade. Why would you remember my birthday? And that's why I go to therapy. Christine says that's what I would do in the neighborhood. The kids around me make goodie bags. Yeah, there you go. Darius says this year he's giving out coupons. What's my favorite candy? I love peanut M&Ms, and I love Payday, and I love Baby Roots, and I love anything with peanuts in it. And I love gummy crap. I love Sour Patch Kids, gummy worms, all of that, Swedish fish, the things that make your teeth fall out of your head. Well, here's my plan. So when I was just dating and I was working, I would give. See, good night. He's gonna sit here and cut coupons. I want some 6-year-old kid to show up and he's 50 cents off toothpaste. Happy Halloween. That's brilliant. Now my joke's not even going to be funny because that's funnier. I was going to say, Latte said the short answer would have been, what candy don't you like? I love it all. I love it all. Oh, Christine says give out toothbrushes. Yes, give out a toothbrush. Give out a toothbrush and a coupon for 50 cents or $1 off of Triscuit. Kids love that. So here's the sizes of Snickers that are available in the world. So see, when we were both dating and single, I would have given the big double Snickers. But then we got engaged. So then I would have given you the single Snickers. But then we started to pay and plan for our wedding. So then I'd have to give you the 100-calorie Snickers. And then we decided to move. I moved and relocated to Detroit. So then I give you the fun size. And now that we bought a house, you get the mini ass size and you get one, and that's it. Get out of my house. That's it. No more full size unless you pay the mortgage here. Bah humbug. No, I'd give him full size. You got to go to Sam's Club, Costco. My dad called me and said, do you belong to Sam's Club, Costco, or BJ's? I said, all three. I don't know why, but we do. Thank you for, Latte said rude. All right, Latte's fine. You know, in Michigan, you get 10 cents. You get 10 cents for bottles and cans. So maybe everyone just gets one of our used cans. They could take it down to the recycling depot, put it in, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. And Ellen, what are you doing here, Adrian's mommy? McDonald's used to have coupon books for their, yes, and remember Wendy's used to give you the frost. I love a Frosty. Oh God, I love a chocolate Frosty. I don't want none of that new weird crap. I don't want vanilla. I don't want strawberry. I want a chocolate Frosty. Yes, Christine, one mini. That's it. You don't like it, go to someone else's house. You know what I do like? Aunt Ellen, thanks for being here. Hi, Aunt Ellen. Hey, girl. UNICEF boxes with the little, I remember that. I'm of a certain age. Were you kidding? Oh, God. Well, John Duff, so the show tonight, John Duff, Lillias White, Isabelle McCalla. It's going to run late because I talk too much. Whoa, late. Holy Christmas. So Lillias White is a Tony-winning superstar. She couldn't figure out how to log into her computer. So me and John just decided to do the interview without her. And then all of a sudden, somewhere in the middle of this, Lillias White pops in. And it's kind of an epic chat that was ridiculous. So I love John, and John is a trip. And Lillias is a trip. So let's go to somewhere into the interview where Lillias White magically shows up. John Duff, if you don't know, is an artist, is a queer artist, puts out music independently and does a lot of events. And he wrote a song called Hoe Is Life, and Lillias is here to talk about it. Take a peek. A says John is hysterical. John Duff is hysterical. A mess. To say you have already sung a song with Lillias White in the past. How did you meet Lillias? It's High Heels is the other song. How did you meet Lillias White? How did you get her to sing with you? How did you get her to sing a song called Hoe Is Life?
Well, okay, I'll start at the beginning, right? Lillias White, the first I hear of Lillias White is what we've all heard, which is as the lead muse in Hercules, and like, whoa, you don't forget it. Whoa, yeah, like,
yep,
I'll know it. Then I went to college for musical theater, and I was writing a 13-page paper on Cy Coleman. And in that, I listened to all of Cy Coleman's work. And there was this recording on the Adler, Bach, and Coleman live recording, ABC recording of Lillias singing The Oldest Profession. And it's about 13 minutes long. And I was completely blown away.
She's here. Lillias White is here.
So how has she made it?
Lillias White is here.
Hi, you guys.
Lillias White, we are so honored and excited. We were just waxing poetic about you, your voice, and the work that you've done, and how John Duff has corrupted you to say all these crazy things in a song.
No, Cy Coleman started it. I had
No, it started a long time before Cy Coleman even. But I'm glad to be here. I'm not really good with this stuff here. I'm trying to get you on my computer. But anyway, I got you here.
Well, Lillias White, I just want to say that we have done this show here. You have been the guest that we've wanted to have because we are so honored and have watched and adored you. And
wow.
Lillias White, I've only met at the Lunel comedy show at Caroline's Comedy Club backstage, and I said, Lillias White, your voice has raised all of us, and it sure has.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was a great show that night, by the way.
She is a trip, and she's been here. And
she's a hoot.
She also would get me in a lot of trouble, like John is in his provocative nature.
Who, John? And John, today you look like you're 17. How do you do that?
money.
Well, Lillias, I asked him, and he was explaining how he got you to sing on your second track with him. The song is called "Hoe Is Life." You've played a Lady of the Night and won quite the accolades and awards for it. So when you heard it, what made you say, "Put me in the booth, let's go"?
Well, I just wanted to be in the booth with him because we just have a good time in the studio. And he knows that I love doing this crazy stuff. And to be honest with you, when he called me about this podcast, I didn't remember us doing the song because it was like that. We did it so quickly, and I don't remember where we were or what studio or how this happened, but all of a sudden here it is. And how is life, honey?
Well, I remember it is tattooed firmly on my heart. So, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And because this song is a part of a bigger project for me, and the whole thing had to be finished before I could start putting them out. And now we're here. And I'm just so happy that even when I sent it to you the other week and said, I'm putting this out, is that cool? You were still on board.
Yeah, definitely.
Hoe Is Life is out wherever music is heard, and we could follow, like we said, follow John on Instagram at I am John Duff, and we could follow Lillias White Official on Instagram as well. And John, what is the theme? Like, what is the song about? Why is Lillias the right person for it?
Hypocrisy and judgment, right? It's freedom of expression, and then the judgment that comes with it. It's actually a complete parallel to the song "My Body" from The Life.
Yeah.
It's essentially saying, this is my choice. Maybe I am a sinner. Who's going to cast the first stone? Sorry to quote the exact lyrics.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Those lyrics work well because they're still true to this day.
Amen. Well,
Yeah.
and John and I were talking about our own journeys and how I think he's a trailblazer in terms of gender and sexuality and speaking about that. And so many people in all communities need someone who's open and honest about it. While we have you here, Miss White, I would be remiss, John, I apologize, but can we just take a quick walk down Lillias White memory lane?
Oh,
And-
how far back do you want to go?
I mean, I start back to the Wiz.
Wow, look at her.
I go back to the Wiz. I go back to
Wow.
the tours and the work on Dreamgirls. I go
Wow.
back to Cats.
Ooh.
I grew up with this person here on Sesame Street.
Yay.
And if it's Chicago, if it's the Tonys for The Life, if it's growing up you on Law and Order.
Oh my.
I mean, we all talked. Before you got here, we talked about Hercules. We talked about Feel It, which was brilliant, and then just recently in Hadestown. Thank you, because you've been a part of the soundtrack to all of theater kids' lives and Disney life, and we're just so honored to have you here.
Well, thank you so much. It's humbling when you show those pictures of the things that I've had the opportunity to do. And just show off, it's humbling. It really is. So I appreciate you.
Well, you have your own album out, which is all happy songs, which is a beautiful, gorgeous album, and you got to stream that after you stream John and Lillias singing. Just have a whole John and Lillias extravaganza.
Yes, and then I have this album coming out, Sarah Vaughan. It's a tribute to Sarah Vaughan. So that's coming out the end of the year, the beginning of the new year. We're going to have a listening party there at 54 Below.
Oh, well, we'll stay up to
there.
We got to stay up to date on that. Follow and be ready, and go to 54below.org to make sure that you know when Lillias is going to be there and do that. So, John,
I want to say, when you say the word humbling, looking at your own past, my experience in working, having you on 2 of my records is humbling. And it also is so validating as a writer, because I remember there's a particular lyric in High Heels that you really love. I'll take it on my lips, my tongue, I'll breathe it, keeping them. And to me, I get comments on the internet like, I can't sing, or I can't write, or I can't whatever. And I think, well, Lillias White sang with me and liked my writing, so I can't be that bad,
No, it's not bad at all. It was fun, and I love being in the studio. I mean, I love being on stage too. I love doing the nightclubs and all that good stuff, but the studio is where you can really perfect things and be more outrageous than than ever. And so I think that it's a privilege and it's a gift. And I love being in studio and creating it and having it happen on the spot and then say, okay, that's working. Let's repeat it. Let's overdub it. Let's triple it. You know, I love doing that stuff.
Well, Miss White, when you're in the studio, you're synonymous now with the life, and which is why John in the press release says that you saw this, it relates to a character. How did you, as an actor, 8 shows a week on stage, you show no judgment in the life, you show the humanity behind what many people judge, and as an actor you have to go in there and find the humanity so what does it mean to put music out there and tell other stories that we don't get to hear?
It means that we are human. And me doing that role on Broadway 8 times a week, I had to soul search to be able to say, can I do this? Is this going to be okay? Because I have kids, and my kids at the time were preteen and teenagers. And so, I had a good long talk with my mom, and my mom said, well, it's Cy Coleman. And, we like him because I had done Barnum with Cy. And then the role was created for me. And I explained to my kids what was up and said, this is not an option for you as a career, to be Sonia, to be, in that role of a hooker. But I'm doing this so I can pay the bills and make sure you have shoes so you can go to that nice boarding school and all of that. So I think that it shows that we're human, and there's a humanity that we have to hold on to, and allow people to be who they are, because it's rough out here. And I can be judgmental too, because there's some things that I see going on, and I'm like, I don't know. I was speaking to a young woman who was going to have her breasts removed because she don't want to be, she wants to be a dude. So I was okay. That kind of took me aback, because that to me is very extreme, but that's my judgment of it. It's her body, and she can do what she wants to do with it. And we gotta, even me, I gotta say, okay, get out of your head and what you think you would do in the situation, and just let go and let the person be who they are.
Yes, and that's what's so important about the song. And John, that's what you wrote the song, and you get to have Lillias White on it, and you get to perform this song. What do you hope people's message is that they take away from the song when they listen?
I think people should know that we're all hoes.
In a late stage capitalist society, everyone's morals are compromised for the check, and therefore you are a hoe.
We are all hoes. We all out there doing what we do so we can get that dough.
That's it.
And we want that dough because I like jewelry. I like jewelry.
Same.
Rubies, diamonds, sapphires.
Oh my.
Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Oh yeah, all of that. Pearls. Ooh.
So this is the message of the song. Get out there and sell it how you gotta sell. They can sell it their way. Let us sell it ours.
We can sell ours.
And we can sell ours. Listen, I just wanted you to know that when I make a promo for this Roundtable show, that from now on it's going to start with Lillias White saying, "We're all hoes. Welcome to the Roundtable." Because I think it doesn't get better than that. John,
and then they're going to say, "Who's Lillias White?"
No.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Everybody don't know who I am yet, but I'm working on it. We owe you a debt of gratitude. We owe John a debt of gratitude for being out here and telling this queer community and giving art that reflects. I'm so moved by people who write love songs or write songs about romance for the same-sex couples or for queer couples, because it's not out here. We have to find things that matter. So thank you, John. And Miss White, you've given us a lot of joy. I have one shady question for Miss White, and it's not going to be that shady. When you booked Hercules, yes,
there were a lot of famous singing singers who also were called for those parts. And you booked it over every single one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you do some research. Singers, y'all.
I know.
That's the voice right there.
Yeah.
the proof is in the pudding for sure.
Thank you.
But you were friends with everyone. I mean, most of the singers were
Oh
all
yeah,
friends.
I was friends with all of those women that eventually did it. Yeah. But I was up against some really stiff competition. And I'm glad that I got to do it because it was really a great experience. I made some lifelong friends, and I have people who come up to me and say, "I grew up listening to Hercules," or I decided to try my hand at acting or singing because of Hercules, and because they heard me on Hercules. So it's been a great experience. I'm ready to do another one or five of those kinds of things, because when I was doing that, I had my kids, and now I don't have kids. So it's all for me now. It's for me.
More, get all the jewelry.
Get
But
all the
that's
jewelry. But I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy being in the studio. I love doing voiceovers. So if there are any voiceover hirers out there who need a good voiceover person, I can do all of that. And I can sing your demos, and I'll sing at your wedding, and I can officiate your wedding if you want me to do that. And so I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here, and I'm really happy that we did this recording, because who knew?
Uh,
she said it. Everyone is a host. She just said to you, pay her and she will show up wherever you want her to be.
same.
We all hosts.
Who wouldn't?
Okay.
I get it. I'm here for it. We all love money, and we all love the song, and we all love the work that's out. Hoe Is Life, John Duff, Lillias White. You need to check it out. You need to listen and stream and be a part of it.
And let me pitch this. This song is a part of an album. It's a concept album. Everyone keeps saying it sounds like theater, musical theater. I was really referencing the origins of like American pop music, which kind of is theater, especially now with half of Broadway being jukebox musicals of music pre-2015.
Yeah.
What would you call Proud Mary by Tina Turner if it came out today? I guess it's theater because it's not really rock, like by today's
Yeah,
standard.
that song, it tells a story.
Right.
It tells a story. Proud Mary tells a story.
And so I have a 9-track record coming out September 27th called Greatest Hits Deluxe Edition. It's my debut album. And
I love it. I love that.
And I'm so happy you're a part of it, Lillias. I would have liked to have put a new version of High Heels on it, but I ran out of money.
So High Heels is not going to be on it?
Well, High Heels exists there, right there at the top always.
Okay.
So this one's all the same kind of sonics that are on Hoe Is Life. Just I do veer into some different writing styles and Frank's.
So when we going to do some more, John Duff?
Oh, it always means so much to hear you say that whenever.
Are you in LA?
In this moment, I'm in Provincetown because I was doing my show.
Oh,
here.
you're in P-Town.
But I'm going to LA on Sunday.
Okay.
And you're in New York?
I'm in New York.
I'll come there.
Okay, well let's do some more.
Let's go.
Did you say some whore or some more?
Both.
Some whore.
Well, listen, Lillias, I'm in Detroit right now, and I'm from New York and Jersey, and I'm getting married. So don't be surprised if I email you and say I got a buck or two. Come sing.
Oh, I would love that.
Because we need there's no big gay wedding. You need Lillias White.
Yeah, that works for me. I would love that. I would love that. I love weddings. I always cry.
I'm gonna cry too.
Oh, is that from a musical? You love to cry at weddings?
It may be. It's not one of the ones I did, but yeah.
Charity.
Sweet. Well, we're here. We're gonna stream Hoe Is Life. Yes, it is.
Charity?
Okay, got it.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We're going to stream Hoe Is Life. We're going to get the whole John Duff album, his greatest hits, even though it's his first album. So you're just a campy, funny person, John Duff. I can't even.
Irreverent.
I am John Duff on Instagram. Lillias White official. They both have more tricks up their sleeves. You're going to be seeing them on stages with new music and more things. And we're just so honored that you both came and hung out with me. I'm so grateful to be here with you all. We love what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you both.
God bless you too, honey.
Bless
Y'all
you.
take care.
Everyone's a hoe. Let's go.
Hey, we all hoes. That's what we're doing here.
And we're forgiven.
That's going to be my new opening of my show. Everyone is hoes. That's what we're doing here. Well, if you want to hear the extended conversation with John Duff, you can listen to it on the Broadway Podcast Network, and you can watch the full version on the Broadway listen to the full version on the Broadway Podcast Network. I love Lillias White so freaking much. We're all hoes. That's what we're doing here. You too. Hoes. Hoes. Good time. John Duff's album is out now. The Greatest Hits, even though it's his first album, because he's also ridiculous. I loved it. Thank you all. And Isabelle McCalla is coming up right now. I'm going to go right into it so I can get you home to bed before your bedtime. Isabelle McCalla, me and Adrian did the opening of Water for Elephants, and we interviewed her. Me and Mike went and saw the show. It was a beautiful show. And then she stopped by to tell us a hoot. She stopped by looking beautiful and stunning as Broadway leading lady that she is, to tell us all about Water for Elephants. Take a peek. Where artists talk about art. I got to see this show in previews. I got to be there opening night and talk to our next guest for a moment. But on a red carpet, you get a minute. You get to say, hey, you look beautiful. I love you swinging around the theater. You sound so good in the show. I saw you as Jasmine. And they go off to be big Broadway superstars. But now, Isabelle McCalla, I can't even take myself seriously. Isabelle McCalla is here, and we're going to talk about her career, growing up as a New Yorker, being on Broadway, all the things that are, and you can get the cast album is streaming wherever it is. And why haven't you bought tickets if you haven't seen Water for Elephants? What are you doing? Isabelle, welcome to the round table.
Thank you for having me. What a fun introduction.
Well, we got to keep it. You do 5 million interviews probably every week, and I'm grateful for your time. So we got to make it something a little spicy and interesting out here.
Well, consider me spiced. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Well, we're here. Of course, the show it's going to be this summer. It's going to be a year soon.
In March, it would be a year.
Oh,
We started rehearsals in January. We opened officially in March. It's been a crazy season. Of course, it's hard to keep track of.
It's a crazy season, and you've been with the show. You've been with the show and done the show and gotten to experience the show. What I love about your show is, besides your beautiful voice, besides the beautiful directing, besides the great choreography, there is things being done on Broadway that are not being done anywhere else.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's a really beautiful multi-medium production where we're in one number. We have a silk act as well as puppeting, as well as acting and singing. And it's, yeah. Oh, yep, there's me on the trapeze.
Just on a trapeze, and you're really doing that, and that's really you.
Yeah, it's really me.
Was it scary? Do you feel like Pink when you're up there? Do you feel like you're doing like how does it feel?
It feels fun. I don't get scared anymore. I think there's sometimes I'll have a moment of butterflies right before I walk out for the trapeze moment, but luckily I'm not really aware of the height when I'm doing it because I'm rotating and spinning and there are lights on me. And I think what helps is I have a background in dance. And so once I got my arm strength up and realized it's essentially just an adagio on rope, I'm able to look at it as an expressive dance moment. So I'm really, most nights I'm just enjoying the movement and really luxuriating it, because I rarely get to dance anymore. So it just feels like a nice little expression for my body.
Well, it's a beautiful show, and your character in particular, the journey that you take as Marlena in this show is a complicated little journey. You have quite the arc.
Yes, I do. It's very, very rewarding to play out, but also it can take its toll for sure. It's
because
tough.
We've read the book, we've seen the movie, but you have not seen it, heard the music. Like, you're going to hear it and hear her beautiful voice and this incredible cast. Your cast is bananas in the show. They are so talented. A lot of Broadway debuts, lot of Broadway people who have been around for a moment, all converging together. What's the vibe like now that you've done this show for 6 months and so that you get to get there and be there 8 shows a week?
Oh my gosh, right now it's really fun. I think, when you're initially opening a show, we had rehearsals, and then went to tech, and then went into previews, and then went right into cast recording, and then award season, and then it was just so full on for so long, in the most beautiful way, but it's pretty exhausting. But I think something really nice happened after award season ended, where the show settled. It felt like we got to reclaim the show as ours and really enjoy each other and telling the story. And so right now the vibes are very good in the building. We play games, we're laughing with each other. We've got offstage bits. We've got, you know, we do Dollar Friday on a Saturday here.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just we use Sante Saturdays, which is where, like, my friend Nico, he's one of our amazing acrobats, does a game with people, the stage door, every Saturday night. Yeah, so it's a really good building. Vibes are high. Everybody's tired, but grateful tired.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
you have a new leading man that you get to share this.
Yeah.
See, I love him in Mean Girls. I love his whole little career. What's it like to add him to this cast, and now to play? Grant is amazing and sings
Yes, we love
based
Grant
off of acts.
too.
But how's it been now to have Kyle join the cast?
It's been wonderful. I mean, if we had to lose Grant, which I love him so dearly, he's like my big brother, but to lose him and to gain Kyle felt like the perfect replacement, because Kyle's such a team player, and he genuinely loves the show. Like, he was a fan of the show before he took over the role of Jacob Jankowski, and has a respect for the material, the music, the writing, the show that Jessica Stone directed. And in many ways, he is very much like Jacob Jankowski. It kind of works because he's a new person coming into this already established circus world. And so I feel like he's like a golden retriever. He just has so much fun on stage, and it's really nice to play with him. And, Kyle and I have known each other for 5 years. I went to college with his wife, Erica, and, we've seen each other around. And so it was so exciting to hear that he was going to be replacing Grant. And it's our first time playing together, and we have a great time. He's lovely.
You got to get your tickets, everybody. Go to Water for
Do it.
themusical.com. It's legendary.
Me too.
It's the theater is legendary. The space is legendary. There's not a bad seat in the house. Get your tickets. You also, I can't stop staring, no offense to you, at your hair. If I do drag, I'm going to say, can you just get me a wig that's the Isabelle McCalla wig? Because it is.
Oh my God, that is so kind. Thank you.
So gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
I'm 40 and I'm losing it, and I'm just jealous.
It doesn't look like it.
That's just called good barbers, and we just fluff it up. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, thank you.
So, the cast album is out.
Yeah.
You just had a big old signing. The people were out.
It is. I actually have it right here.
Look at it. Come on, there it is.
So cool.
Oh, what was it like at CD? And now
CD. And it's, for me, it's like the liner notes. Like, I grew up poring over these, and then to open it and just what? That's insane. That's so cool. Like, my childhood self, I cried when I opened this for the first time, because I would this is how I learned the lyrics to shows. I would literally read them, sing along with my cast recordings, and now to have our show be memorialized in this way feels like a really beautiful full circle moment, and I'm so grateful.
Well, you could stream it wherever music is heard, or you could buy a copy of the CD as well. And if you buy your tickets, you can buy a CD in the theater. What was it like to record it? Did you do it in a day? Because I know you all do these crazy, you don't spend months as a pop record. How'd you do it?
2 days. We had 2 days in the studio, and we basically got 2 takes on every song, maybe 3 if we were lucky. But it was such a fun experience. And what's really amazing, I would sit, even when I wasn't recording, I would sit in the sound room. That's not what it's called. The audio room. What's it called? Oh God. I'm so sorry. I'm not a professional audio engineer. Where they do all the beep, 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 boop, boop. Yeah.
Yes.
The mixing room. There it is. I would sit in the mixing room, and I would listen to, the orchestrations coming through, and then the vocalists coming through, and even raw, I was damn, our cast sounds freaking great. And what I love about this album is it doesn't sound too overproduced. I really get frustrated when a lot of cast recordings sound tinny and they sound auto-tuned. And because our show has a very much raw grassroots feel to it, it's really special that it feels that it's captured that way too. Oh God, it was so much fun. It was such a beautiful, and what's really fun about, when you're in a recording studio, you can do different things than you can do on stage. On stage, we have to project more. And so, like, for example, the song Easy I sing, Jess Stone asked me to be, super intimate with the mic. And she was like, you can like whisper the top of it. Because I can't really whisper it for a house of 1,400 people, but I can when I'm just singing to a mic. And so I would close my eyes and just like imagine I was there with this horse and just tame it the way that I would tame kind of my own heart, just to like soothe myself. And I think that comes through, which is really special and exciting.
Well, I think what you said is so important because I've listened to cast albums that sound like one person. They're mixed.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give the feel of live theater and the energy of live theater.
Right.
And for you to be in the studio and play with the colors and textures, oh, your voice is so beautiful. It must be. Everyone, listen. You got to listen to it. It's streaming. Get it. Listen right now, which is super exciting. You said, and it was very moving actually. And I remember reading this in the playbill, that you said that this role is really an ode to your ancestors. Your ancestors immigrated to Haiti with a. Is there real history behind your family and circus and that time?
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what generation it was, but I believe on my paternal grandmother's side, my father was born in Haiti, his mother was born in Haiti, his father was born in Jamaica, but on his mother's side, the Haitian side, up the line, we had ancestors that immigrated to Haiti with the Danish circus. And they started their life on Haiti as circus artists. I don't know exactly what roles they did. I would love to do some more digging, but I found this out recently with my uncle Johnny, who was digging into our genealogy. And I found that out after I got this role too, which was really fun. And so it feels like this. I'm fulfilling my ancestral line and my DNA's full potential, so that feels extra special to me, and I feel very grateful.
What a beautiful story. And it is the most beautiful performance. If you're looking and you're like, I've seen her before, I've seen Water for Elephants. You may have seen Aladdin. You may have seen the Prom. You may have seen Shucked. And I'm a Jersey boy. You may have seen Hercules with Brad and seen, you definitely saw that. So you have now had this career. Do you ever look back to the young person that was growing up in Queens and then moved to Suffern and started to do musical theater and did a lot of regional theater? Yeah. And now you are the leading lady in this big old Broadway show.
Oh my God. When you put it like that, it's overwhelming. It's so, thank you for that reminder, because I think it's really easy to forget where I started. I'll speak for myself. It can be easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day 8 shows a week, slog of performing. Like at some point it does become a job, and it's a beautiful job and I wouldn't want any other job, but it can be tiring and exhausting. And to remember that, like, wow, when I was 5 years old, this is all I wanted. And I couldn't have imagined that by the time I was 31, have 4 Broadway shows under my belt, like as a lead. That's out of this world. And then what I'm really so lucky is that like every part I played, they're wildly different from each other. So God, gratitude is what keeps coming up. But I love this profession so much. And the fact that I get to be on Broadway 8 times a week. Sorry, I'm getting caught up.
No, please.
Thinking about it, but thank you for that reminder, because it's easy to think about what you haven't accomplished yet and all of the things that you want to do, but then to remember that I'm actually living my dream right now. It's pretty darn cool.
My goodness, it's the coolest thing ever. And so we are and you are a chameleon in terms of your acting. Because when I saw Water for Elephants, I went with my friend Mike. We went and saw Shucked, and he was like, "She was in Shucked," and I said, "No, she was not. She's not.
Yeah.
That's not her." Because you literally have played such various characters. I am standing right now in very close proximity to your alma mater. I am in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
I am because I moved out here. My partner lives in Michigan, is a Detroiter, and went to the University of Michigan. Went to
Go Blue.
Go Blue. So, what is it? One of the best musical theater schools in the world.
Yep.
So many of you Broadway stars have entered there. What was the training like? And did the work you do in school? Because a lot of students watch this. I teach at New Jersey Performing Arts Center musical theater.
Yeah.
Is the foundation and the experience you got vital to be able to do what you do 8 shows a week?
Totally. I truly wouldn't be where I am without Michigan. I mean, what I love about the program is it's, conservatory based program, but on a much larger campus. And so we had access to the wealth of academia in Ann Arbor. And so I got to be in English lit classes with the physics majors, and you go to football games on Saturdays. And I think that environment alone was so helpful in terms of creating a full-blooded and well-rounded individual actor, because I do believe the more experience you have, the better, and the more you learn about the world you're in, then the better actor you're going to be. And so I've never been the type of actor that's just wanted to be like, I only do this one thing and that's all I'm interested in. I'm like, I think that's kind of bullshit. Sorry, can I curse on this?
Yeah, sure.
Right, bullshit. So I think it's kind of bullshit. But so what was great about the program in Michigan is they encouraged us to find other passions, find other hobbies, and also get world-class training with fantastic professors who were very hands-on and attentive, and it was great. I also got to study abroad in London and do a classical acting course for 6 months, which was so beneficial to me, I think. And we luckily had a showcase, and I got an agent from there, and I will always be grateful for the way they set me up. Having said that, I am of the philosophy or the belief that it doesn't really matter where you go. Michigan was perfect for me because I needed a conservatory-based program with academics and in a place where we weren't allowed to audition first semester, which was great because we got to know each other as friends as opposed to performers, which is so important, especially when you want to be rooting for each other and not in competition in a class. But there's so many successful people in this business who didn't go to college or took lessons afterwards, or were math majors and then transitioned, or went to smaller, other not lesser known theater programs and still are succeeding. It has so much more to do with willpower and work ethic and kindness than it does where you go to school. Because I think you can learn lessons anywhere. You just have to invest in the right mentors and have them be invested in you, and then also invest in yourself and do the work.
Can't say it better than that. Invest in
Yeah.
yourself and do the work. Because
Yeah.
the diploma is not going to book the show. The work is going to.
No, not at all.
That is great advice for sure.
Yeah.
And then look, you can go to work and then you can have 4 leading Broadway shows and tours and a cast album and all the things that you've got going on. So this is a weekend. You have, I don't know, a whole bunch of shows to do this weekend.
Yeah, we have 4 more. 1 tonight, 2 tomorrow, 1 Sunday.
So how do you take care of yourself?
Oh gosh, I make sure I sleep. I'm recently making sure I'm eating 3 meals a day because I was skipping breakfast and I learned that's not good for me. So that's it. I work out when I can. I joined a gym, so I go to the sauna. I steam. I drink a lot of water. Speaking of which, I should drink more water now. I take moments to be quiet. I meditate every morning. I know that I am not in my right space if I don't meditate. I do that. I make sure I get friend time. it's really important for me to do things that are not involved in this, 10-block radius.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I do in a nutshell.
You get to go to work, punch in, do your show, and then go have a life. Have a
Mhm,
life, a real life.
mhm.
I'm a fan. We're fans here. We love
Thanks.
your work. We're excited. We want everyone to listen to the album.
Thank
Water for Elephant.
you.
The album is out. We love Rick Ellis. We love Pigpen Theater
Big
Company.
Pen, they're amazing. They wrote the most spectacular, illustrious songs.
Beautiful. And Jessica Stone is a genius.
Genius.
Genius. So we are going to listen to the album, and anyone out here as we get into the fall and the winter. It's the perfect show to bring your family to. You can get tickets Christmas and Thanksgiving time and all throughout the fall time. waterforelephants.musical.com and see our buddy. Isabelle,
Yeah.
thank you. And follow Izzy. Follow. It's Izzy.
Yes,
Everybody.
Izzy.
It's Izzy.
At Izzy McCalla. They're perfect. Or it's Isabelle, not Isabella, but that's okay.
That's a mistake.
That's
because
okay.
supposed to be teaching the kids, but I was getting ready for me and you. So I told them to pack up, and then I
No
was
worries.
rushed.
We get to make mistakes. It's all fine. It's okay. There we go. Perfect.
See?
No problem. No
Erase.
harm, no foul.
Congratulations. We're ready for this show, and we're ready for everything else that's coming your way. Nothing but the best. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much.
How cute is she? I'm eating an apple. While you watch that, I heated up chicken nuggets in the air fryer, and then I ate an apple because I'm obsessed with apples and grapes. That's apparently what I'm obsessed with. I should probably be 125 pounds, but on top of the apples and grapes, I eat everything else. I love her. She's a sweetheart. Yes, speak for your host self. This was a messy show, and that's what y'all love. She wasn't messy. Lillias messy, John Duff messy. You know I'm messy. And guess what? You're messy too. All of you. Yes, Cleo Cat Daddy Feline Friend. She was humble. She's humble, talented, and very perceptive. She's a star for sure. She's great. Water for Elephants is closing on December 4th. So, oh, thanks, Patricia. She's a sweetheart. She's a good one. I loved her very, very much. And yes, I love you, and you know I'm the mess. And that's right. I love messy people. Christine says Isabelle is gorgeous. Enjoyed learning more about her career. Life, Water for Elephants is an entertaining show. Wishing her continued happiness and success. It's closing on December 4th, so get your tickets beforehand and listen to the album as well. And next week, Tamala Mann will be here. She just reposted it, that we will be here with Tamala Mann. And I'll have a whole bunch of time to talk about my crazy. Am I doing anything fun this weekend? Do I have anything fun to talk to? I'm going apple picking, and we'll have a short bunch of hijinks for me to talk to you about. So join us next Thursday. And look for Jason Robert Brown's interview with me on Broadway World tomorrow. And then next week, a whole bunch of fun stuff coming your way. Thank you so much for being here. There's always more good than there is bad. There is more love than there is hate. There's more joy than there is sorrow. And as Darius reminded me yesterday, it's about perspective. You just got to look for it. Let's spend more time on the good and less time on the bad. And you know what's good? A good old Snickers bar. I've been thinking about it ever since we talked about it. Damn you all. Damn this show. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you on Thursday. God bless you. The best is always yet to come. 2 weeks till Christine's birth. Oh, don't remind me, Christine. Darius asked me what I want to do for my birthday. Oh, I was stressed about it. I was Googling it at lunch. I'm excited. It's my first Detroit birthday. So, and I'll be home too. So we'll be celebrating and celebrating and celebrating. God bless you. Thanks so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care of one another for real. Bye y'all.